This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace. Good morning. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your hosts. I'm Alexis.
I'm Grace.
And we're continuing to celebrate the joyous, wonderful month of December with our Cold Crime specials, where we talk about any episodes of any classic animated show that has to do with winter, Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, anything really. No rules as long as it's animated and talks about something that happens in the winter. So I went last week. Grace is up today for our last episode, not only of this arc, our Cold Crimes arc, but also our last episode of the year.
Yes.
Because what is this, like the 30th now that this episode's coming out? So
probably.
There's one day left of the year. And just as we did last year, we're not going to have any new episodes for a few weeks, aka 1 month, the month of January. It's our little break time. You know, we got a lot of stuff going on during the holidays. So a lot of traveling, a lot of gift buying, and the weekends are just super crazy. So we're not going to have time to record. Thus, we always like to take a nice little break in January, and then we'll come back fresh with a new arc of crime cartoon sods in February. So, to that end, Grace, you want to kick us off on our last episode of the year and of season 2, I suppose, of year 2 of Saturday Morning Mysteries?
Yes, I absolutely do.
Yay.
And so, like you said, this is the holiday season. We get to tie during the month of December any of our episodes to anything, like you just said, that happens in the wintertime, any holidays in the winter, et cetera, et cetera. And we just finished Christmas this last week. I hope everyone had a lovely holiday. But there's another holiday or set of holidays that happens this time of year that, dare I say, may be the most important holidays.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I know where you're going. And I missed something last week. I should have said, but go ahead.
You know exactly where I'm going.
I do.
Screw New Year's or Jesus's birthday. It's Capricorn season, aka our birthday season. Oh,
yes.
That's right.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Forgot to say it last week.
Birthday to
Thank you. Yes.
That's right. Our birthdays are in winter. They're about a week and a half apart, 2 weeks
Something
apart,
like
give
that,
or take 10 days,
12 days.
12 days. Yeah. So our birthdays are back to back. Sorry. This episode is, right in between both our birthdays. And so this year I've decided to do a birthday episode.
Fucking wild card. I love it. I love it. See, I didn't check the episode tracker. I had no clue what we're getting into today. And here you go, throwing this. Okay. All right. Cool. I love it.
Here's that's perfect thing. Is that on our episode tracker, which again, for context, everyone, is where we write down the name and number of the episode we're going to do, so we don't accidentally pick the same ones, because oftentimes we do the same shows during our regular arcs. But for this one, I literally cannot tell you, and then I wrote,
oh, that's right, it'll ruin the surprise.
I was just
I remember seeing
stop
that now
reading
when I put
this.
mine in. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I would have never known anyway.
You would have never known because the episode title has the word birthday in it. So I was like, absolutely not. I cannot give it away. But also, I'm doing a show we haven't done yet before. And this is one of my birthday presents to you this year, is because I know it's one of your favorite shows of all time. One of your favorite comic books of all time.
Oh.
Because I'm doing a birthday episode from the 1987 version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. This is such a good birthday gift. Thank you, Grace. I love this. It's fantastic.
That's right.
Oh man. Okay, hold on. I gotta I'm coming off of the sadness of talking about Arnold's Christmas, and now I'm like, okay,
polar
get
opposite
excited.
vibe.
Yeah, straight up. But you know what? I'm here for it. I love it. This is great. This is perfect. Do
great.
go on as
Because,
I excitedly sip my coffee.
Well, you're gonna have to pause sipping your coffee for a minute or two.
You're gonna say something that's
no, because basically these are some pretty huge shoes to fill since you are a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. And I feel like I might offend or commit blasphemy as I try and talk about this show, including if I try to describe like the general premise and how we got crime fighting humanoid mutant turtles and also a crime fighting rat. So would you, Alexis, do the honor and generally explain what the heck Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is?
Oh gosh, putting me on the spot.
In like 50 words or less, because I know you could go get every single comic book and be like,
I've got like 2. I don't have many. Hold on. Don't overhype me now. I do love this. I've always big on the shows. Okay, so yeah, it's funny. Actually, I did just kind of watch the new movie that just came out too, Mutant Mayhem, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. But no, I mean it's you pretty much just like said it like without tying it together. Fighters. You said like all the things without tying them into like one sentence. But yeah, I mean essentially 4 mutated turtles that live in the sewers of New York. They fight crime. I guess they don't really have superpowers, I should say, but since they are mutated, they're not like your average turtle. Okay. They're not slow. Guys. They're not slow. They walk on 2 legs, they run, they're super jacked for the most part. And they were raised and trained by a also mutated sewer rat, Master Splinter, who is like a master of the martial arts. He guided them and taught them martial arts and just how to be, morally sound, ethical, good superheroes. But other than that, like they're straight up like teenage boys. Like they love video games. They love pizza. They love playing jokes on each other, skateboarding, rollerblading. There's 4 turtles: Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael, and good God, why is Donatello? Thank you. I was like, why is my mind drawing a blank?
Because you haven't named one of your cars Donatello yet.
I haven't actually. My guitars are Michelangelo. My car is Leonardo. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So yeah, you've got these 4 turtles. They each have their own weapon, and they go around saving the city, usually with the help of a journalist named April O'Neil, who also like a couple of them are like low key in love with, but she's like, you're a turtle. What the fuck?
You're a turtle.
Like, love you. And then they also often get help from a guy named Casey who carries around a hockey puck and rides on a skateboard and beats the shit out of people. And their biggest foe is Master Shredder, who has all of these like ninjas and shit. And he's actually a very imposing dude. He looks like a samurai, quite frankly. And yeah, if that didn't sound ridiculous enough for
out of context
show and like a cartoon out of context, like the fuck? No, great show, classic, historic show. Yeah, I cannot wait to hear this episode, and I'm so happy that you're doing it. Thank you. Oh my God,
great description, way better than I could have done. Thank you for the context, etc., etc. Yeah, like you said, there's 4 of the turtles, as I will just collectively call them. The theme song is a banger and also very nicely lays out the 4 different personalities of the turtles.
Yes.
So in the theme song, it says Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines, Raphael is cool but rude, and Michelangelo is a party dude.
Dude, yeah.
Yes.
He's the jokester.
Easy context. So, and I don't know if you mentioned, maybe you did, that they also like live in the sewers beneath New York City. Like that's where they became the mutants that they turned into, and they have like this full like apartment setup down there. And down in the sewers is where we start out, in their apartment lair house.
Typical for a birthday, am I right?
You got to start every day off at home.
Climb out of that sewer.
climb into the light. Wait, were you there on my birthday this year?
Yeah. What is out there?
Exactly. So yes, we start down there and we see Michelangelo putting some candles on a double-decker pizza and singing happy birthday to himself because it is indeed his birthday today. And he brings this ooey gooey cheesy treat into the living room where the rest of the turtles are all watching a movie, and they see Michelangelo and are stoked to see him. I think they all just kind of woke up because pizza for breakfast. So
Yes.
Michelangelo starts to say, here's a special treat in honor of a totally special day. And then he gets cut off because, again, like you said, teenage boys, the second thing you named was how they love pizza. They immediately chow down on this pizza. They literally don't even notice the candles. One of them is like, the pizza was kind of waxy, aka they just like ate the candle.
It kind of burnt my tongue more than usual.
Yeah, man, you should have told me you just took it out of the oven. That was like so hot.
It was on fire.
Yeah, it was crazy, but like I'd have it again. And I don't even know if Michelangelo got a slice because they chowed down so quickly. And as he kind of like starts to reprimand them, they basically tell him to be quiet, to shut up. It's the good part of the movie. And Michelangelo is like, okay, well, I didn't see the fucking candles on this pizza cake. So maybe that was pretty obvious. That was my birthday. So instead he's like, hey guys, because he's starting to panic a little bit. Like, do they not know it's my birthday today? And he says, hey guys, are we, up to anything fun today? Maybe we could, throw a party for someone we know and love.
Just spitballing here.
What do you think? We could have more pizza, more candles. What's the vibe here? But again, they tell him to hush because, again, he is ruining the best part of the movie. Oh. And of course, hurt, he drops his head and he shuffles off to another part of the apartment complex sewer to be a sad turtle on his own. But sadness cannot keep the turtles from their days of training. So like you said, their Master Splinter is like kind of their dad, kind of their like sensei, they call him a lot of the time. And so he's trying to always like keep up their martial arts training and that kind of stuff. And so it's like a daily training. So even though you're sad, can't skip leg day, essentially. Yes. So Master Splinter is trying to teach them the importance of breath work when fighting, which I do have to say, in this moment, I was like, ooh, this is going to come back later in some cool fight scene.
It's a Chekhov gun.
It doesn't.
Oh, okay, never mind.
There were so many opportunities for it to come back.
Oh, never mind.
And it just didn't. And I was like, that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny that it didn't.
The writers are implying like, yeah, you don't need it. Not everything is a lesson, guys. We just had to fill time. We just had to fill space in this script. So
yeah, I think it was like
breath work.
A moment of reminder, especially coming off of your Hey Arnold episode, that like sometimes cartoons are just cartoons. Yeah. And that's it. And that's all this one is.
Like, that's it. Yeah, they're not really trying to teach you anything. It's just,
exactly. Purely for the sake of fun. So I will say, though, that they did put in this line or like this little moment from Master Splinter, because Michelangelo just rolls his eyes and goes, yeah, breathing, important. It's only like the first thing you do when you start life on the day you were born. Again, drop in real obvious hints.
Hint.
When you were born.
Yeah.
But Master Splinter is like, are you even listening, Michelangelo? And again, desperate, he says, sure, I wasn't born yesterday. I was born today.
Aww.
But that boy dropping obvious hints. No one is picking up what he's putting down. Master Splinter just like gets him back in line.
Okay. Breath work.
Yeah. Okay. So take a better breath when you complain next time. Thank you. So very desperate at this point, which like understandable. Like throughout this, like I'm feeling for Michelangelo. Like this is like low key one of my worst fears that like all of the people I love are gonna forget my birthday. Like I don't do a lot on my birthday. All I want is some love, and having all the people close in your life forget it is a crime. I would say
that is the coldest of all cold crimes.
Yes, exactly.
Particularly because we have winter birthdays, so it's cold.
Yeah, so it's extra cold.
Yes.
He gives it one last try, I will say, by lunchtime. Very flustered, asking if anyone even realizes what day it is. But naturally, it's lunchtime. So they're just shoveling more food into their mouth, and they're like, I don't know, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. They just care about lunch. I know, it's very sad. These teenage boys.
Yeah.
Not great to their friend here.
No. And also, I mean, I guess maybe again, I'm not as much of an expert on this lore or on this like TMNT as you maybe built me up to be. I love it a lot. I've watched the show a lot. I've read some comics. But I always was under the impression that they were brothers, essentially, or like they all were from the same hatch of like eggs or whatever. Like they all were all hatched from the same, you know?
Oh, so, yeah. So wouldn't it be all of their
birthdays?
All?
Yeah. I guess maybe they were all on separate days, but like, yeah, like one of their birthdays is probably tomorrow or was yesterday. So like, shouldn't you guys just know each other's birthdays?
You know what?
But
maybe they hatched on different days. They were all part of the same egg laying.
Yeah.
But hatched on different days and then made their way,
I guess,
to the sewers.
One by one until they reunited with the mutated rat.
Instead of like the National Geographic and like eyewitness like film of like the turtles like hatching and trying to make their way like on the beach to the ocean and not get eaten by birds, instead of them like trying not to get run over by taxis, because they did start out, yes, like you said, as little turtles, and then they jump into the sewer.
Jumped into
yeah. Or it's like maybe it's like all adopted families, so then there's called brothers.
Master Splinter, we all know that a sewer rat likes a good egg, so he just like went around stealing eggs from a bunch of different houses, and then later found out, oh shit, these are turtle eggs. Glad I didn't eat these.
Eat this, right? They hatch right in front.
They like started hatching before he ate.
Yeah, he's like, I can't. They got shells.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a great question that I obviously don't have the answer to. But extra sad. Michelangelo again hangs his head and shuffles off to his room, saying, when your best buds forget your birthday, maybe they aren't your best buds after all. And he's very sad, turtle boy, heartbroken and desperate. And so fearing that he basically, and not just fearing, but feeling that he's been fully abandoned by, yes, his brothers, his best friends, he packs a duffel bag, planning to run away. The drama of being a teenager.
Hey, he's the party boy. He's the wild card. So
he's like, where is my party? That's literally my slogan is party dude.
Yeah.
Where is it? Come on, guys.
Where is it? It's not here. I'm out. I'm leaving.
I make it pretty obvious. All I want is to party.
Yes.
So after leaving, he leaves, or I guess after packing his bag, he leaves a note that says, sorry, dudes, but it's time to split this scene and scout some new turf. Signed, your former pal and current birthday boy, Michelangelo.
He's like, maybe now they'll know.
Yeah, so at this point, he's just like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I had it, and I will let you know what your mistake was.
Yes.
But before we go see Michelangelo and his new Ninja Turtle free life on the surface, we cut to the most natural place that we would cut to at this point. The center of the earth.
Of course. Where else?
Naturally. Yeah, we were already in a sewer. We just kept going down. Further down. And here we find our show's main baddie's lair, which is the Technodrome.
Mm.
And basically, my understanding is that this, one of the main villains is this thing called Krang, and his fortress is a technodrome, which is like this giant metal tower, castle, dome type thing. And he's like always trying, I think, to like power it up or like fix it in order not just to end the Teenage Mutant Turtles, but to then use it for his own world domination alongside Master Shredder, who you mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
He is really the primary baddie, and he's just like partnered up with Krang because Krang is like
he's got the tech. Krang's got the tech.
Exactly.
Shredder's got the fighting forces. Yeah.
Yes, a perfect description. And essentially, kind of the Shredder is Master Splinter's longtime arch nemesis. They used to be rivals in like the martial art world. Through a variety of interpersonal conflicts, Shredder has always had it out for Splinter.
This is for this rat.
Yeah, exactly. He eventually became a rat, and they never have put the beef beside them. Yes. And I guess in like the 80s and 90s version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the show, the Technodrome in like every season is somewhere else. I don't really know why, but in this episode, which I think is season 2 or 3, it's in the center of the earth. Again, Krang is like the tech backer of Shredder because he's like, I need someone to help me fight here. Primarily because Krang is literally a disembodied brain that sits in like the cavity stomach of a robot. And he also comes from another dimension. It's not important for this episode, so literally do not worry about it.
But like background, whatever.
But he needs Shredder, like you said, to be the muscle, to be the fighter. Yes. And again, Krang is like, let's do world domination. And Shredder's like, okay, great. But first,
I'm free on Tuesday.
Yeah, I need to first kill these turtles and a rat, and then I'll help you with world domination. And Krang's like, weird, but okay. What can I do? I'm a brain in someone's belly. So
I imagine Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, everyone.
That?
Imagine stopping at a coffee shop and you see this dude in like full samurai, like warrior outfit talking with a brain in someone's belly.
Do you think
like, so are you free on Wednesday?
Do you think on a coffee date, the body that Krang sits in has to stand the whole time? Because if he sat, Krang would be below
looking under the table.
So
he's like standing so he's eye to eye with Shredder.
And like that's how they have to like go out to dinner and stuff.
Things that you never think about when like watching the cartoon and like reading the comics, and then you sit back and you're like, that's a good point.
Do they go to brunch together? And if so, how?
Imagine like trying to feed Krang through like the
does he need
he just like attaches a straw. I mean, no, it's a brain. Well, no, brains need nutrients.
Right. So. And I think like
if you I guess he's feeding off the nutrients of the body that he's like stored in.
Right. I don't know if like what supports him is a body or like a robot, but either way, he's from another dimension. So maybe like food doesn't matter.
Also a true thing. Yeah. I mean,
you know what? Again, it doesn't matter for this episode.
These are questions for the writers, not for us.
Yeah. And again, let's keep in mind, sometimes shows don't have deeper meanings.
Exactly.
And this is one of them.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
Truly. If it wasn't, if you didn't realize that at the point where 4 mutated turtles were named after Renaissance era, like, artists and like there's no meaning behind that. It's not like they're creative like Michelangelo or Leonardo da Vinci.
They're not
like those are just their names.
They're not painting like the Vatican and shit. They're
or like composing amazing like scores or anything.
Inventing groundbreaking science. Nope.
They are. The writers just thought those were fun and cool names.
They live in a sewer and they are turtles.
Trained by a rat.
Don't think more into it than that. Get out of that headspace from last week.
Yeah. Not everything has meaning. Not everything is a Christmas or birthday miracle.
No.
It just is.
It just is.
Yes.
And yes, like you mentioned, Shredder is arch nemesis of Master Splinter, who is the rat humanoid. Shredder is a human who, has decked himself out in like basically like samurai gear. He's got like shoulder helmet and kind of like forearm like armor. He like also covers his mouth with armor. They all have very pointy, large spikes coming out of them, presumably to shred, I would imagine, is why his name is then Shredder. Again, I didn't really watch the show that much. I'm just going to assume that's his background. Don't think about it. Right, exactly. Like, what are we going to name him? Look how pointy. No, that's not very cool. What else?
Pointer.
Sharp things. Shred. You can shredder.
Love it. Shredder. Perfect.
Say no more. So, anyways, Shredder and Krang are in the center of the earth, like we mentioned, monitoring the kind of like reconstruction and repair of the Technodrome. I imagine getting it to the center of the earth. You had to do some repairs. I'm sure it was not easy. So you got to, fix the place up. You have to probably move it in parts.
Reassemble.
Exactly. A little IKEA furniture moment for an evil lair.
You see them like looking at instructions like, oh, you're holding it upside
Swedish.
Down.
Who knows Swedish?
Anyone? Any of you drones back there? Like only speak like Japanese.
Well, speaking of, yes, the drones who are indeed doing all of the repairs, because Krang and Shredder are not. No. Their workers are these like molten lava humanoids with hard hats.
Safety first.
And the implication is that like they were originally just like a molten rock that then Krang and Shredder mutated into humanoid worker bees.
Here's your hard hat. They got hit with those OSHA violations once. They will never get hit with them again.
That's why they actually had to move the Technodrome. Like Shredder is after the turtles and Krang is just like a libertarian and like trying not to like have government.
We got to go to the most tax-friendly area ever. There are no taxes applied to the center of the earth. There's no government oversight.
You know what there always is? Labor laws.
They follow you everywhere.
With those hard hats on.
If we don't give these molten men hard hats, they might unionize and strike. Like, we have to at least give them that.
Which, here's the thing, which is very funny that you mention all this. Let me just read you my next line here, is that as they're working, one of them is welding part of the building, which, like, my first thought was, like, you're already in the center of the earth, and you're made of molten rock, and you're welding? It must be so hot down there.
Do you even need to weld? Just, like, hold your hand onto it, like, grab the thing, and it'll, like, meld together.
I was like, this is not a safe work environment. Where's the AC?
Do they have any exhaust fans? Yeah.
Where's the vents, et cetera, et cetera. And even more so, not a safe work environment, because as they're welding, some of the welding flux flies off the Technodrome and into nearby lava, which starts bubbling and simmering. So again, where is the health inspector? Where is OSHA? Et cetera, et cetera. I
hundreds of thousands of, I don't know how long actually, or how deep the core is, tens of thousands of miles away.
But get someone in there.
Yeah, soon.
This is going to receive an F rating real quick. This place is going to be shut down before you know it.
Yes.
Which, the welding flux flying into the lava, again, not only starts bubbling and like simmering with smoke coming off of it, but also starts to turn the lava into a green goo. And Krang, who, like we said, has got the tech, got the smarts, et cetera, he is literally the brain of this operation, is like, ooh, I have an idea, and goes to collect some of this green lava welding flux goo and runs off to his lab in another wing of the Technodrome. And after working on this lava welding flux chemistry evil plan and whatever the fuck he was doing in there, we just see lots of lab equipment. We see close zoom ins on molecules, which is how you know he's doing science.
He's science. Yeah, it's science.
He's doing science.
Yes.
He can't wear a lab coat because he's just a brain. So instead we see molecules and cells moving around.
His like robot / man, like housing him, like has the lab coat on, but is just like blankly staring.
But he keeps trying to button the lab coat up, and then Krang can't see because he's like,
you idiot, I can't see.
Unbutton it every time. And he calls Shredder in to show him what he's created. And Shredder walks in to see Krang holding a spray bottle. Krang is like, or Shredder is like, did you make some Windex? Like, what is this? Are we just cleaning?
Yeah.
Don't give it to me. I'm not going to clean the Technodrome. But Krang explains that he's created something that will for sure defeat those pesky turtles that Shredder is obsessed with, so that they can finally get back to their general plan of world domination. And he calls in some of their rock people, molten lava people, and sprays one of them in the face directly with this. And nothing happens.
Oh.
And like we always are, we're on the same page, because my next line is, which I hope they have HR, because this feels like some violations.
Yeah.
Getting called into your boss's office and then getting randomly sprayed
in
the face with chemicals, unknown chemicals.
Like no warning, no consent given.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that molten lava boy is obviously like, phew, close call.
Could have died.
Straight to the HR department with this.
Yeah.
And walks back to the two other lava boys that had been called in. And Krang, in his anger and low-key embarrassment, because Shredder is like, what'd you call me in here for? Like, do you know how much paperwork we're going to have to do about this?
Oh, she's already on my ass. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pay that employee off or do something, because I'm not filling out all that paperwork. I am the HR. And Krang, again, embarrassed and angry, just like chucks the spray bottle at the three molten lava rock boys, who are all standing together, again, commiserating about their horrible work environment. When, with this chucking of the spray bottle, all three of them suddenly revert back into being big ass rocks.
Oh.
So Krang is like, well, I guess I got the formula like a little wrong, but it'll still work. And this, he explains to Shredder, is an anti-mutanogen spray, aka it will turn any mutant species back to its roots. But apparently he got the formula a little long, and it will only work as a batch recipe.
Oh.
So it's not individual use. But instead, 3 at a time is what will get this to work.
Of course. Of course.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So,
okay. All right.
Yep. No deeper meaning.
Exactly.
This is literally a brain in someone's stomach being like, hey, I fucked up this formula made of lava and welding flux.
I mixed up a few things. I added too much baking soda. And
it's basically like, you don't read the recipe beforehand when you're making cookies, and you end up making 48 instead of 24 because you didn't adjust it on the website.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oops. It happens.
Yeah. Now you just have extra cookies. That's what he's saying here. He's like, we just have extra cookies in now.
Shredder's like, oh, why didn't you just say that instead of like potentially committing an HR violation?
Right. I didn't need to see it to believe it. But you know, Krang's a good scientist. He has to experiment first.
Yeah, he's got to show off.
Et cetera, et cetera.
That is part of science. Test your theories.
Exactly. And so, yes, the plan is obviously that now they can change the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back into the little turtles they once were.
Yes.
So Krang hands Shredder the spray bottle full of this potion chemical stuff and calls in 2 of their goons to go up to the surface with Shredder to like get the job done, who straight up out of like an 80s bounty hunter movie. They've got piercings, they've got sunglasses, they've got
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yes, they have cut off leather vests. Also, they are a rhino and a pig, but in humanoid form. And like
Again,
body
don't think about it.
fillers.
Just let it be. Yes.
Don't question it. And their names, yes, are Rocksteady and Bebop.
Yeah.
So Shredder, Rocksteady, and Bebop go up to the surface and decide the easiest way to get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to like come to us so that we can spray them down is to just start fucking shit up and like causing chaos. So they go full like Beyonce in Hold Up, a music video on this city block. They got bats. They start smashing in car windows, fire hydrants, parking meters, like windows to shops. Fires are starting from this. People are
Riots,
screaming in the
looting.
streets. Exactly. They are inciting a lot of chaos here.
Yes.
And seeing this from her Channel 6 reporting room, journalist and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ally, he mentioned earlier, April O'Neil, in her badass yellow jumpsuit, like cargo jumpsuit that I would totally wear, sees all of this and calls the Turtles. She's got kind of like a direct line to them, urging them to get to the city ASAP to stop the chaos that Shredder is causing. So down below in the sewers, so not quite all the way to the core of the earth, but you know, somewhere in between there. The Turtles spring into action, only then realizing Michelangelo is gone.
Damn, took him a while.
I know, like y'all were just watching TV, eating more snacks, didn't even realize your best friend.
There's only three of us.
Is Gonzo. And so Master Splinter runs into his room, realizes many things are missing, and finds the note to Michelangelo that he left behind as he ran away. And this is when the other three turtles look at each other and they're like, damn, we fucked up. But not because they caused their friend into sadness for forgetting his birthday. But instead, like you said at the beginning, very unknowingly, but perfectly, they're teenage boys. And they love to prank. And we see them pull back a curtain to reveal one of the rooms of the apartment fully decked out in a surprise birthday party setup.
Yeah.
And they were acting like they forgot his birthday the whole time in order to surprise him later. Which, that face was what I made too. I was like,
why would you wait that long? Why?
And also, if you're throwing someone a surprise party, like you still acknowledge that it's the special
it's their birthday.
Day.
You don't act like, I know nothing.
You just don't say like, we have big plans later tonight. You're just like, let's just keep it low key tonight and just watch some movies and eat pizza, bro.
Exactly.
And then surprise him. But like,
you don't pretend he doesn't exist.
Yes. Like, don't pretend like he wasn't born and thus is insignificant to this entire world, because that's how you made him feel.
Yes.
On his hatch day, if
stupid his hatch day, yes. Stupid teenage boys. They'll learn.
Yeah, maybe. Exactly. So Master Splinter is like, yeah, you guys did fuck this up, which like, sir, you could have also acknowledged
you did too.
His birthday. Yeah, exactly. Like, don't
wait a minute.
Don't act like you weren't in on this. But I do think Master Splinter, he's like, look, you guys need to go take care of Shredder because he is causing chaos. I'll go find Michelangelo, which I actually think is so that Master Splinter can be like, hey, Michelangelo, I got you a birthday present. No, I didn't forget it was your birthday. Oh, the other turtles did? That's crazy.
If you come back to the apartment, you'll see I decked the entire place out for your birthday.
So he can like cover his tracks before he gets called out, which like is smart.
Who's Michelangelo gonna believe? His mentor / father or his three shithead stupid friend brothers? Yeah.
Exactly. It's an easy choice, and Splinter's pretty smart about it.
Yes.
So yes, they all go their separate ways. Splinter to go find Michelangelo, and the remaining three turtles to go find Shredder and the goons and take them down. And indeed, they can find them pretty quickly. They run into them in some alleyway where a fight immediately breaks out between all of them. Of course, the turtles kick the goons' butts right away with some super sick, like karate ninja moves. Also, I forgot that they like fight with knives, which like is also just cool. I'm like,
like katanas and
yes, exactly. I was just like,
crazy shit, nunchucks, like very violent.
Yes, extremely violent and cool. And also, I was like, this explains a lot about us.
Yes,
the generation as a whole.
Yes.
So, as they're fighting everyone, They notice that Shredder is like very not obviously trying to like push the three turtles together. Because again, it's a batch spray. They can't be separated. They got to all be next to each other in order to work. They also notice like what is he carrying in his hand? What is this weird spray bottle thing? So smartly, one of them like ninja stars the bottle, which makes it crack, and all of the liquid comes out. So their task immediately defeated. Shredder and the goons take an opportunity of like a truck trying to get into the alleyway to sprint away because they're like, well, we don't have anything to fight about now because we don't have any more of this spray. So like, bye.
Which like back to the center of the earth we go.
Yeah, just like jumps into like a little sewer.
A beautiful dive. Ooh. The turtles all rate it. Okay, 10.
Exactly. Like 10, that's 10, pretty 10. Good.
Yeah.
Double front flip. Cool.
Nice. Fair.
And so, yes, they're able to escape and kind of like weave through the further alleyways that make up New York City, only to run into our one and only sad turtle boy, Michelangelo, who has his duffel bag and his head down. I imagine the sad Charlie Brown music in the background.
Yeah.
Just wandering the streets, wondering what his new life will be like. But now it's 3-on-1. So even though they don't have their spray and it wouldn't work anyways because it's only one turtle, they're like, well, we can't pass up an opportunity to at least kidnap this turtle when we finally outnumber them.
Yeah.
So yes, they immediately kidnap Michelangelo and take him down easy. Again, he was surprised. Again, he was sad. An easy target for them at this moment in time. But instead of bringing him down to the Technodrome, I assume because they like don't want him to see where their current hideout is, just in case he's, which is smart. They bring him to this like abandoned warehouse in the city and essentially like hook him up to like this machine that probably Krang built to more or less like waterboard him with like a radioactive toxic sludge.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. So he's like strapped down to this machine and like overhead we see them like filling it in and explaining like, yep, we start to see like a single drop starting to come out. It's bright green, thus you have to assume, again, it's radioactive sludge. Probably taken while they were digging into the center of the earth. They were like, deep nuclear storage waste. Yeah, we'll just siphon some of that out. That'll probably have no further problems in the world.
Exactly.
This will have no horrible ramifications if we just start taking this out of the sealed casks. Easy. But the plan to unmutate the turtles, the rest of them, is still an important task. So they call up Krang. They were able to get a little rush order shipment of the spray. And so they're like, great, well, this ooze takes care of Michelangelo because they also tell him, oh, yeah, it will immediately melt you and everything around you when it touches you. So, like, goodbye.
Stay calm. But goodbye. Yeah.
But stay calm, but this will immediately kill you.
Yes.
So as they explain that to him, one of the goons goes and gets the rush order of the spray. The other goon takes Michelangelo's like turtle cell phone walkie-talkie radio thing that has a direct line to the other turtles and calls them up basically like a ransom call and says, meet us at this corner in New York City or you'll never see Michelangelo again. So, of course, they're like, welcome.
Here we go. Okay.
Yep, we got you.
Fine. We'll be there, I guess.
Only because we fucked up and he really is going to be mad at us.
If it wasn't his birthday,
we'd maybe think about it a little longer.
Maybe not. Yeah.
But hilariously, as Shredder and the goons turn to leave the warehouse after switching the like ooze waterboarding machine on, Michelangelo groans and goes, ugh, this is like the worst birthday ever. And all three of them stop and turn around and wish him a happy birthday. The first he's heard today. Yes. And then Shredder says, I hope you enjoy it because it's about to be your last.
Yeah.
which like is a pretty good line. And you know what? At this point, Michelangelo is just so grateful that someone acknowledged his birthday. He's like, you know what? I will
Thank
now.
you. Thank you. Thank you,
It's the
Master
nicest thing
Thank you,
anyone's
Shredder.
ever said to me today.
Yes.
So outside in the streets, Shredder, the goons, and the turtles all meet up at the pre-chosen location. And of course, immediately the turtles are like, where is Michelangelo? Hurt him and we will destroy you. And Shredder's response is like, such violence on his birthday? How horrible. And speaking of his birthday, what'd you guys get him? Which is really just twisting the knife, psychological damage here.
Shredder is such a diva, actually. Like he says some of the most ridiculous things sometimes like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Dungeons and Dragons, which obviously I play a lot, there's like different types of damage you can do to like an opponent, and one of them is psychological damage. And I was like, oh,
there
they
it
just
is.
took some right there. Ooh, that's gotta emotionally hurt right then and there.
Yes.
But Shredder agrees to take them to where Michelangelo is, because again, he's got to get them cornered a better way in your warehouse lair. And that's the only way he tells them that they'll be able to find their friend. So of course the turtles agree and go with Shredder. And they all show up at the warehouse and see the machine that Michelangelo was strapped to. It's still dripping toxic sludge, but the entire ground beneath him, or beneath, I guess, like the drip part where Michelangelo was hooked up, is just a pit of smoking and smoldering sludge hole, basically.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, with each drop, it further, burns away everything it touches. This building beneath it is gone now. It is seeping into the earth at this point. They see like a remnant of one of the straps, still kind of been like, I guess not fully melted yet, but they are just immediately crying and saying, at least Michelangelo went the way he would have wanted, like a melted puddle of mozzarella.
I mean, not wrong, but like, can we take this seriously?
But like, bros, your brother literally just melted away in front of your eyes, all because you didn't wish him happy birthday. Yes, this is your fault.
This is your fault.
You should feel guilty forever and ever.
Yes.
And with their backs now turned away from Shredder, which is a huge mistake, a big no-no, as they mourn the loss of Michelangelo, again, kind of like crowded around this machine that now has killed their brother. Shredder takes the potion and sloppily sprays them with this anti-mutanogen rush order spray. But clearly it was a rush order, and Krang kind of messed up this formula again. Again, he's trying to figure it out. They only did one test group in the lab on those rocks. They have not tried more. There's no R&D on this yet. The formula's not quite perfect.
The rocks aren't a good control subject either.
Lava.
Don't have,
Exactly. It was a bad plan, but again, rush order, they had to get it done. Krang is like, yay, take care of those turtles. Let's dominate the world instead, bro. So instead of reverting to turtles, they basically like turn into what I can only describe as like Thanksgiving Macy's parade floats. Which like I'm pretty sure there probably have been in the past, like Ninja Turtle floats at the Macy's parade. They like bloat up into like these huge like balloons and like start slowly floating towards the ceiling of this warehouse, unable to speak or move of their own free will.
It kind of worked.
Yeah, literally Shredder's like, not perfect, but like
it'll do.
Yeah, I literally wrote it'll do. So they're like, yeah, well, that's that. One of them melted away like cheese. The other one's like, this is an abandoned warehouse. We'll just leave him here and like let him, I don't know, die or deflate or like whatever the fuck will happen to him. Like,
but we'll be gone. Oh well.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be long gone and taking over the world by this point.
Yeah.
So with that wiping of his hands, Turtle's finally out of the way. The Shredder and the goons turn to, like, I guess, head back to the center of the earth. They are interrupted with the front doors of the warehouse bursting open to reveal Master Splinter there and Michelangelo.
Okay.
Of course.
Yes.
So instead of being melted away, yes, by the ooze, he was able to break out of the restraints and get out of that warehouse. He ran into Splinter on the streets looking for him, where again, Master Splinter was probably like, Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
I came to look for you because I knew it was your birthday, and I was so worried. The other turtles aren't even here.
I don't know where they are.
Happy birthday, love.
How rude.
I got you a card.
Yeah.
He was actually out birthday shopping, not even looking for Michelangelo.
Just like happenstance, they ran into each other.
Oh,
yeah. I was on my way to save you. Here's your gift, by the way.
And give you a present.
Yeah.
It's a pizza. So, yes, they ran into him. Shredder put together that, or Master Splinter put together that Shredder would most likely be bringing the turtles back to the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
So they returned to save the other turtles. The goons first go for Master Splinter and Michelangelo, who obviously immediately ninja, karate, martial arts kick their asses.
Yes.
Including like kicking them in the chests and sending them flying directly into Shredder, who falls back and, like an idiot, drops the formula again, shattering the bottle and emptying it fully, because he could have sprayed Michelangelo and Shredder with it, because they're both mutants. They're together, so it's a little batch combo again.
Yeah.
But
so
freaking drop the bottle.
That's 2 bottles, dude. Okay.
I know.
Crane's gonna be like, dude, okay, look, we have limited resources in the middle of the earth. We can't just keep wasting this shit.
Switch to plastic. Switch to a plastic bottle. Why are you using glass? Why is the glass not melting in the center of the earth? What's happening?
Yes, also true. Don't ask questions. Just let it
forgot.
be.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I rescind everything I just said. This makes total sense.
It's a cartoon.
Shredder, stop fucking dropping the bottle.
Yes.
And in the moment of chaos that is caused by this, because getting them knocked over or sending them into Shredder falling caused, like, I don't know, parts of this old warehouse to fall or something like that. Shredder like helps a chandelier fall down or something.
Damn.
Shredder and the goons once again are able to escape and run out. And Michelangelo wants to go after them, of course, but Splinter stops him, saying they have literally bigger problems to deal with. They're now balloon parade float friends.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of an issue.
Okay, yeah, we should probably handle that.
Yeah, we like don't know what's the deal here. And Michelangelo is like, yeah, what are we supposed to do about this? Like, this does seem like a huge problem. Yeah. Exactly. But like, maybe they had the anti-reverse formula. Like, we don't know what this is.
Yeah.
But Splinter has something he thinks might work. And now, like, I don't know really enough about this show to know if this is like a type of thing that is like a regular occurrence on the show. But basically, Master Splinter like gets all mysterious and gets out this like very finely like ring-sized box and opens it to reveal these 2 small spheres. And he explains to Michelangelo that these were given to him once by a wise and ancient sensei master that he had. And they're said to have special powers, which should only be called upon for occasions like this. Side note, in this moment, I was like, does it have to do with breath work? Is this
like
you've had a couple opportunities?
Yeah.
He's got to meditate and like breathe a certain way.
To,
but
like,
no,
be able to use these. No,
he just like holds the box up and they start floating and glowing and whirling around Master Splinter and then whirling up in the air around the balloon turtles, and they slowly start to deflate and come back to Earth and are restored to their normal selves. And everyone is like, "Oh my God, you did it!" And how'd you do it? Master Splinter is like, "I don't know. These were just like some mothballs. But if you believe in something strong enough, it just might happen."
Christmas miracle, birthday miracles.
The birthday miracle.
I was going to say, imagine him getting those years and years ago from some old wise man, mentor, sensei teaching him, like, one day your mentees will be turned into balloons. This is the key to deflating them. Yeah.
The mothballs.
He said they must be used specifically for something like this. Like, wow, that's pretty, good on that sensei, whoever taught you. Like, they had some good foresight.
And only in batches. This won't work for one balloon.
No, just three.
But
minimum of 2. Yes.
4, out of luck. They're balloons forever.
Sorry. 3.
Perfect. Yeah. And so again, don't think more into this show. That's simply what just happened.
That's it. There's no lesson. There's no breath work.
There's no breath work. Just a birthday miracle.
Yes.
And back home, everyone's trying to relax after their trying day. And these 3 other fucking turtles are still acting like it was just another goddamn day. And Michelangelo finally snaps and goes, have you guys even realized that today is my... But Master Splinter cuts him off angrily and calls him over demandingly, ready to give him a lecture. So I guess he didn't give him a present earlier.
Awkward.
Michelangelo again hangs his head and walks over, truly defeated, feeling stuck at this point. He's like, I just saved all your guys' butts. What is this? Or he's like, I just saved all your butts and only Master Splinter knew it was my birthday and got me a present. Yeah. But I thought my brothers would too. But instead of lecturing him, Splinter pulls back the curtain from before to indeed reveal the birthday party. And everyone rushes over and hugs him, gets out a cake. Even April O'Neil is down there and she gives him a kiss on the cheek for his birthday. And he yells his catchphrase, Cowabunga. And that's it. The end. Happy birthday to us all.
Yes. The most important, us all, aka me, Grace, and Michelangelo.
Happy birthday, us.
Us. And the end. Us. The most important holiday of the winter season. Our birthdays.
It's true.
That's what my parents tell me, at least.
Yeah, we are the present this holiday season.
Yes.
Our birth was the present to the world.
A present. Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Oh my God. Yes. Amazing job. Amazing. What a plot twist on the day. Not expecting that at all, but I love it.
Yep. Excellent. Great.
And great way to end December and wind down our holiday arc, our winter arc, and the end
our season
year / season 2 of Satmore and Mist. Amazing.
We will thank you. This is very fun. It's very fun to watch. Again, especially knowing that you watch this show so much.
Yes.
And yes, like you mentioned at the top, we take a little break in January to give ourselves some recovery time from the holiday season.
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera. But expect us back in February with a new show arc. And between now and then, Alexis, who should our listeners and viewers tell about this show?
I think you should tell a pizza delivery person.
Nice.
Or, pick one up and tell the people working at the counter. Regardless, tell someone who's making pizza for you, aka get pizza, and then tell the person who makes and or serves it to you about this podcast. I'm sure that they also love TMNT. Who should they tell?
I think you should tell a friend who has a winter birthday. Okay. Even if their birthday has already happened, tell them happy belated birthday. Here's my present. It's this show.
It's this podcast. Here you
go.
Their
birthday hasn't happened yet. Say, here's an early present.
Yeah.
This show.
Perfect. The show. Regardless, this show is the perfect present for all of your gift giving needs.
Exactly. So give it to a winter birthday friend. And happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for spending another year with us.
Yeah. 2 years down. Another year on the horizon. What are we going to do? It's going to be a good one.
Shows to come.
Yes,
and
indeed.
We'll see y'all in 2024. We'll see you in Feb 2024.
See you next year. Happy New Year's, all.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment. We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Satmornmist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.